in terms of creativity, usually that comes from inspiration. So what are the type of things that inspires Miles?
Wow, what inspires me? I've not been asked that before.
Really?
I think, yeah, I think pe people do big time. I think genuinely creative people do. I always say that I don't think I am 100% the most creative person, just because just from knowing me, I just feel like I have to work a bit harder at producing and creating good stuff. So I look at people who are naturally creative and just can think of an idea and run with it and produce it very well. And I'm not I'm not too brave enough to not brave, sorry, I'm not too stubborn enough to not humble myself and kind of be like, bro, how did you do that? I need to. There's a lot of people who admire people, but something within them, there's a lot of pride that would make them not want to go to that person and be like, yo, how did you do that? I will absolutely, even like, there's some people who kind of come to me and be like, yo, you're doing all of this stuff, doing all of this stuff. But if you see my like the people I holler at and be like, yo, how did you do that? How did you do that? And some of those people turn around and be like, yo, but you're doing all this great stuff. And it's like, yeah, but you're doing something that I also would like to be able to do. Like I'm not the finished article. No one is. So it's kind of just knowing that, okay, you might be good at something, but you can keep growing, you can keep grafting as Flawless says. So that
Absolutely.
being humble and just going to even some people who maybe you feel like are a level below you, maybe they don't do as exciting stuff as you do, they might still have something to offer that you need to humble yourself and be like, yo, how did you do that? Teach me. That's one thing I make sure I do, because I'm not going to grow otherwise.
Absolutely. So just, preemptively, I'm probably going to come to you in the future with the same type of question. And I've already, jumped in Josh's DM, like, yo, where did you get that track for this video? Like little things like that. And he hit me back. So I have to shout him out again. So I just appreciate,
Yeah.
paying it forward.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, it's the same with me. Like I've hit up some people that I never thought would respond to my DM. Flex being one of them a few years ago. That's how I got into doing the United Stand. I didn't know Flex. I didn't know Josh. I knew of Josh. We had met a couple of times, but I didn't know Josh like that. I messaged Flex relentlessly. I say relentlessly. No, relentlessly. A good few times actually. Was it 2018? Like the winter of 2018, and I said, bro, I watch this channel every day, and I do this stuff. I film. I was working for another YouTube channel that kind of did a lot of work like around Arsenal and like with Arsenal Fan TV sometimes as well. And I said, bro, I do this stuff. I know Josh loosely. Like, give me a shot. And he said, okay, we will. If we need, we are looking for someone. If we want to go forward with it, then we'll kind of give you a shout. And then I hit him up again, just in case he forgot about me. And he was like, you know what, we could use you. Jumped in. It was a great day. And then they said, we need an extra guy. Do you want to travel on the road with us? And I was like, yeah, 100%. So
That's amazing. I mean, but it all comes down to taking action, right? Because I think Gary Vee says this literally every time he speaks. If you don't ask, no one can say yes.
Nobody can say yes. I've had to tell myself that a lot, bro. So much. Just being shy, fear of seeming too pushy. I had a lot. I would kind of maybe ask one question and be like, yo, can I help out? And then I'd immediately get this, whoa, don't be pushy response. And that kind of always sat in my brain like, oh, maybe asking is not the right thing to do.
Right.
Dumb. Once I got over that, it kind of changed everything. And, opportunities do open. It might not take you from here to like, where you're trying to go exactly, but it might open a door, and it might mean you're meeting more people. So meeting Flex immediately opened up more things to me. Meeting Flex opened up Manchester for me. Manchester, the area, because I had very rarely been to Manchester, but now all of a sudden I'm going there every week. It's kind of becoming a second home. I'm becoming familiar with the roads and stuff. This is a place that's 5 hours away from me, you know. I'm also now meeting people in the industry. I'm meeting Man United officials every once in a while. I'm meeting some of the legends every once in a while. I'm meeting the people in the hotel outside of the stadium, hotel football.
Right.
I'm, you know, that's how I met Flawless. Flawless is a Manchester-based guy, and all of the boys at Pi Radio. I go to the BBC Sport offices in Salford, in Manchester, and I'm now walking into a massive newsroom full of people and making my own contacts there. And it's like, that wouldn't have happened if I didn't send someone a DM, a couple of DMs. That wouldn't have happened if I didn't send those DMs. And you're telling me that you're going to sit at home wondering whether that person will be annoyed whether you message them or not. You better go and message them. You better go and message them right now, because you don't know where you'll be in a year. You don't know where you'll be.
Absolutely. Please do message them. And at the end of the day, I'm quite certain those are the type of people who are ambitious like yourself, and they probably only want to work with the people who are go-getters and will at least message and do the DM at the minimum.
I've got this kid right now, and it's such a blessing to kind of have someone see you in this light. But I've got this kid, I think he's 15. He lives in Liverpool, which is again 5.5 hours away from me. It's like close to Manchester.
Oh yeah, Midlands.
Yeah, and he watches the United Stand, watches the channel, and he's like, bro, like, I love what you do, blah blah blah. And I was just real with him. I was like, bro, I'm not the finished article. I'll be real with you. And he's like, nah, you're this, you're that. And I was like, okay, cool. But because he's young, he wants to learn, and he hasn't. Okay, maybe he hasn't had the experience, and maybe he's still in school and whatever. But his hunger was made me like, whoa, because he's like, if there's any opportunities, to do stuff with you, then I'd love to come down to London and this and that. And I was like, first of all, I was like, wow, taken aback. But actually, I was also like, that kid is me at that age. Do you know what I'm saying? That kid is how I felt and how I saw a lot of the people that I'm working with now. Like, I would do anything to get in a room with you type thing and kind of learn from you and grow. So I immediately respected that. He's the first one I've had do that, and I really respect it. And he's definitely someone I want to give an opportunity to, if I can even give him that. You know what I mean? I don't think I have opportunities left, right, and center to be given out to people. But if there is something that he's willing to come and jump in on, then that's something I'd like to do, because someone like Flex gave me a shot. Someone like a lot of the people who I work with now gave me a shot. So you have to give someone else a shot. You have to.
You have to. And it goes back to your original example of, let's say, the older generations not always want to integrate the younger talent, because you can always put them under your wing, and then, they have the potential to, get even better, which is kind of what we want. We want more creative, innovative people in the world, because the world's always going to benefit from that.
Yeah, exactly. No, you're 100% right. Yeah, it's all about passing information down. It's all about not being threatened by people, because there's always going to be people wanting to do what you do. There's always going to be people better than you, like I said before. And I think the main thing is not being threatened by people, humbling yourself and being like, yo, you are sick. You do this thing better than I do. I want to learn everything that you know. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think a lot of pride does affect people and stops people from getting to where they want to get to. But that pride will never stop me. It will never. I will DM you and be like, yo, teach me. I've literally said to people, I will meet up with you in a cafe and please just teach me. I will pay for your coffee, do this, do that, and then you just teach me about this thing. That's how on it, and how much I wanna learn and grow and succeed and be the best at what I do.
Absolutely. And that's a wonderful mindset to have, because if we go all the way back to Renaissance times, if we look like people like Leonardo da Vinci and whatnot, he had to become an apprentice first before he was considered a maestro.
Of course.
And if you're a maestro, you're not going to want to teach anyone your craft, what you live, literally your life purpose, if they're not passionate about starting from the bottom and growing like you did. You don't want to pass that on to them.
Exactly, man. Exactly. I feel like, there's just a certain humble spirit that you need to be able to win in this game, man. A lot of people hide not their talents, but hide the knowledge of their talents because of fear of maybe that person overtaking them or taking the food out of their mouth, which I don't really believe can happen because there's work everywhere. Do you know what I mean? So
Right.
I really do believe in being humble and not only asking for help, but also passing on knowledge down to people who want it, who really want it.